MIBR show up at map number 2?
Well, I think the biggest problem he had for MIBR was their T-side calling, and they didn't really have to show that at all on Ancient, and now here they get to start on CT side too. Oh boy. And I mean, look, if Jota's as good as he was on Ancient, then I think they're going to be in a pretty good situation. BRN gets the opening frag onto missed him. Fady going to get tagged down to 54. He has to back off briefly. Bowden has a chance to punish this in the bathrooms, but in the meantime, Jota, he's back to it, gets one out and only one. Fady is going to take him down, and now almost even numbers. Indeed, it will be. And even better.
All over the place are these kills, are these fights, and are these cleanups. Swisher's already so far forward as well. Exit's actually looking for it, so maybe a little bit of overextension. The bomb's been dropped. Exit has put this one in doubt, and Henny's not even gonna let them get the bomb down. So ATK from position of strength, just fumble a rock, John.
That's tough. I mean, you're right. I mean, they managed to make it 3v2, come back from the 2-man disadvantage, and then Exit is right there to get the 2K and shut things down. MIBR up 1-0, and I mean, look, that's only one round, but if you're ATK with the way Ancient went, you really want to try and pick up that pistol round, and they're unable to do so. So they're on a full-on save here. No bomb plant in that previous round either. BRN's going to toss him 8 on 4. Going to land at the feet of Missed him, and oh boy, that's a chunky one. Missed him down at 37. Should have cleaned out by the MP9, and his teammate is as well. Good peek from BRN. Pretty standard stuff here in the eco.
Easy cleanup, comfortable for it as well.
Ace.
And the anti-eco ace is BRN.
There we go.
There we go. That's what we were looking for. And indeed, it will be. So, a strong start here for MIBR. That's much of what we said over on, the other maps, the Ancient. It was a very strong start there. Sorry, brain getting away from me for a moment there. But this one should be a little less dominant. One would generally expect good side scores. Still, ATK gets guns out early. Let's see what they got.
I mean, Overpass is pretty CT-sided too. Obviously not to the extent of Ancient.
No,
not a long shot, but we'll see how Jota can maneuver here. Henny gets a leg shot onto Bowden, so Bowden allowed to have a second chance at life here. But ATK really need to show something into this round. BRN's waiting in connector. He's going to get the opener. There it is again. BRN. He was also pretty good. Don't forget, on Ancient, Jota was the story, but BRN was right behind him. Put in, so Bowden allowed to have a second chance at life here. But ATK really need to show something into this round. BRN's waiting in connector. He's going to get the opener. There it is again. BRN. He was also pretty good. Don't forget, on Ancient, Jota was the story, but BRN was right behind him.
And I'll give you some updates since we seem to have a slower moment here. Maybe I'll wait for the next round. Pressure going to come in for Jota right now. He's out by the shells. Looking like they're going to do some stock. Oh, no. Oh no. Oh, Jota has everybody. They've all walked past him. He's only going to collect 2 there, but all the information in the world as well. Swisher gone. It's just on to missed him. Jota didn't even have to do all the killing himself there, but he just dominated ATK.
Oh my goodness. Clear your corners, guys. Just clear your corners. This was a problem MIBR was having on Inferno, but now ATK have caught the bug. Oh, jeez.
Just so many feet walking past him. You'd have thought he was in a shoe store.
Are there more feet in a shoe store, Mike, than there would be elsewhere?
Well, people are pulling their feet out. I don't know, man. Boots.
Sorry.
There's something here. Podiatrists? What do you want?
Sure, podiatrist. I'll give you
nail salon. So many feet he was given Pentecost!
Either way, MIBR off to another hot start on their CT side, and ATK are relegated down to pistols only. It's going to be 4 Deagles and the Glock, a little bit of util, a couple of smokes and a Molotov, but I'm not sure how much that's going to serve ATK here with MIBR locked and loaded. 2 A1Ss, 2 AKs, and the off. There's the AK singing through for Jota. Oh, now a shot missed by Henny, and he gets taken down by Mist, and that's an op ripe for the picking here for ATK. Should they be able to get Bathroom's control, but BRN's going to work to deny that.
Oop, oop, oop. Ah! Whoop! And he's going to back away. Look at this positioning, though, for Fady.
Oh.
Fady's all the way out long. He is being held for, and Exit's good for it. You know, Lawson on the muscle gets eliminated. Of last map, where we had, obviously, the huge performance from Shota, the big performance from BRN. Exit was wicked solid as well at putting rounds away, at being sort of the backstop, the insurance policy, the closer for them. He had a few really big moments that were critical for MIBR.
Not only that, in the early goings, right, I was talking about, he was a really good first contact on that A site supporting Jota, who was the one cleaning up in the end, but Exit was the one setting up everything for him and allowing him to knock down the pieces. So, yeah, all in all, the whole squad was solid. There wasn't really a weak point for MIBR, and that's usually what we expect to see from them. 1:32 on the clock here, round number 5. ATK do have another buy-up. Bowden. He's got the op. Trying to work his way up to Fountain, and surprisingly, MIBR not putting much pressure here towards Fountain. Usually it's a pretty standard for that op to push up and try to get something done, but anyway, in the meantime, it's towards the B site, and there's the opener again for Jota. Oh man, he has really put Inferno in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, hasn't slowed down at all here from Ancient. It's wild. Again, the individual is just proving such a tough thing to contend with between BRN and Jota. Really is a big poison. Here's BRN. He's been silenced at the very least. Missed him with a big one. Now lone control established. Pressure on the Turtle. Exit's trying to rotate up to help him, but it's going to split the defense into a 2-2. It's not a bad situation for ATK to be in. Only got one smoke. Lots of flashes, though. So I can make life uncomfortable. Maybe throw the jump up smoke and rock on in off the flashbangs. Do what they're trying to do. There's the first flash. There's a clear. Great job from Fady. Now background dice. Here's the check. A trade. A 1-for-1. They spot the player getting out to the truck. And Jota can have impact here. Bombs down. And he could be considering the save. And indeed he is. He's backing off. He doesn't want this. So ATK are going to be on the board.
Finally, ATK are able to get something done here on their T side. Cracking through to that A side, and just good teamwork, good support, nice spacing as they're charging up to ensure that Exit only gets one frag. They trade him out immediately, maintain that man advantage, and then isolate the player truck side. So good job by ATK, great execution, and at least they cracked the scoreboard here. Now what they need to do on their T side is find a second round in a row, which they couldn't do at all on Ancient. Any saving the op is the right call here, given that BRN is down to only 1.4k, but there's enough money for him to get dropped anyway. It's just important not to have to re-spend 47.50 and throw away the op for no reason. So good decision by MIBR and Henny.
Well, it's with the op saved as well, plenty of cash. Yeah,
Oh,
as
yeah.
you said, John, they're all good. They're all good here. But here's the interesting round. This will crack the economy if they can bring it through from the ATK side, barring saves, obviously. This is where maybe you start to dispel the demons that are haunting you, build up that confidence. 4-man boost finds Turtle. Fittingly, the Yertle, the Turtle boost, finds the man himself. So they're playing down a man right off the rip. Our MIBR. Love that 4-man boost. Immediate responses, you have to make sure they haven't taken space outside of A. And there is a Henny here. There is a Henny. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's expecting a
Henny
boost.
could be under a lot of pressure. Ah, he's going to whip his shot. Gets the second, though. Hits the tough one. Spots an ankle as well. Knows he's under pressure. Dodging the bullets is Fady, but there's so many coming his way. And there's the 5-bullet off, causing problems. Henny can't reload, and he knows it. So he's gone to the rifle. So much work here for the team. Losing Jota on the other side of the map could trigger a rotation. But ATK have to get out of a really tough situation. They know they've got Henny stuck. So they're loath to give this up. He is going to have to cross, but at great cost to them. A 2-on-2 now. And Swisher finds himself one more, so it's all on to Exit. And Exit, I mean, pick your poison of which site you want to move to. They don't know where he is. 35 seconds. They're going to have to make their choice. They're going to have to creep up towards something. Bowden's been expecting the response. They got to move. 25 seconds. Hey, they could get into a tough situation. Swisher's going to come over. They're going to play duel, but they're just going to have to sprint towards site. They got to go. 20 seconds. They got to go. They got to go now. No more scoping up. Knife out. 15 seconds. They are so very fortunate that Exit chose to hedge his bets towards B. 8 seconds. No time to spare. Bomb just has to go down, and Exit is not in position to do anything about this. So now, ATK get to play out this round. Exit creeping back in around the dice box. Bowden's giving them the slip out towards long with that information. Now in the post plant, this gets so very tough for Exit. He does have the kit, but without the smoke, the stick is unconscionable. Unthinkable. Be pressured on, hasn't been spotted yet. Wants the kill. But he realizes he just has to tap it. He has to force some sort of response, some sort of action. They know he's not on it. And this one's going to be lost to time. He'll actually just try and save what he's got, recognizing that it's an unwinnable situation. He wants to get the heck out of Dodge.
Terrorists win.
That's very well played by ATK in the post plant. Just patient, slipping through towards long as Bowden. He has no reason to fight forward. And the problem really was there for MIBR is, like you mentioned, Mike, no smoke for Exit. So he can't stick the bomb. And as a result, ATK are able to take a second in a row. There we go. Demons exercised, Ancient, a thing of the past. We're on Overpass now, and ATK doing a very nice job of recovering after losing the first 4 in a row. MIBR still getting invested into this round because they saved 1A1S. They figured, okay, we can get 4 in the Deagle. Why not? Henny's just going to push up into Playground. Are they even expecting this? Barely. Missed him. Goes down to 14 HP, but still manages to frag Henny. And that will open up the space there, but instead they decide to double back to B.
I mean, they have no idea, right? Or rests behind without aggression coming through, but this is going to be interesting. BRN's going to have a chance, and he's going to succeed. DG has had a rough start to the map, and that will continue. They contain in towards Connector. Interesting that they choose to stick around here in construction. It's the stacked site. There's bodies here. And ATK are going to come straight into the gauntlet. Straight into the fire. 80 lost. They're still committing. Having only seen the one. They want this kill. They've got it. Lots of Toxic player as well. But Swisher is pressured from too many sides. They deal with Toxic. 50 seconds on the clock, so there's plenty of time. A 2-on-2. The bomb now down. Missed him. Getting out of here is going to be tough. And indeed, he loses his life in the effort. Ah, Bowden misses that shot. Exit just with a little bit of a jiggle step. Dodges the bullet. And that'll be a huge round for MIBR.
Yeah, nice little retake there by MIBR. Exit doing work once more. Gets another 3 to his name. And a 5th round picked up by the Brazilian squad. So ATK... Well, I mean, look, I think they probably should have just tried to gain the space in the Playground. Instead, they doubled back to B, and as we mentioned, it was the stack site, so it was the most difficult one for ATK to even take. The fact they got a bomb plant is in itself impressive, but just so low HP for at least one of the last 2 players, and it just wasn't enough for them to secure it. So, MIBR looking to extend their lead back to 4 here. Bowden immediately tosses a smoke into Malta, and I do believe I saw 2 smokes tossed there. Maybe I was mistaken. Either way, DJ is going to move his way up into Connector. Nade going to get tossed forward, and that does quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, catch that nade. Hold that one. Big kill for Swisher. Jota wanted information, wanted control, and Swisher punishes. Trying to have some input on this lurk over towards B. And they're taking a ton of space towards A. Just BRN here on this entire side of the map and this entire zip code, frankly. Done a great job of holding the presence towards lower. Imagine BRN wants to hold on to this position to play for the post plant, but as he goes looking in towards bathroom, there's the contact. He finds Swisher. Bomb can't be denied. That's for sure. This post plant's a tricky one.
Look at how much attention BRN's attracted, though. 3 players are hunting.
They're saving. In a 4-on-4 again, they're saving. Huh.
With that...
All right, MIBR have totally adopted the Tau of Outsiders, but even more dramatically than the Outsiders do?
I didn't think it was possible, to be honest with you, Mike. I don't know how I feel about that, because BRN, like I mentioned, 3 players were hunting for him, and Exit was about to sneak up and get in towards Dumpster. Why not at least try for something?
I think, all right, so if I can try and get inside of the mind of an MIBR, right?
Sure.
In their brains, they're thinking about the time. It's going to take a while to rotate all the players back up towards A to B insight. They don't have a ton of utility, so it's going to be tough to get back over those roads. They actually saved a decent chunk. You're definitely going to have a buy if you save here. That's not an issue. That's not a question. And BRN is low. But it is an interesting one. It's definitely playing the long game. It's definitely trying to win the war if you lose the battle. Let's see if they can capitalize on that saved economy in this next round.
I think positioning-wise, though, that justifies going for it in a 4v4 situation.
Always going to be a philosophical debate there. And
I
they are
get
disciples of the Jamester at this point.
I get your explanation, though, Mike, but I'm totally on the other side of that debate. Like, I think they should have gone for it with that type of positioning. It's one thing if they're all on the B site. Like, okay, well, no one's really there, but they had 2 players there, and the reinforcements could have arrived. Anyway, we won't harp on that for much longer. Let's jump into round number 9. Missed him. Going to try peering around the smoke here, and he will eventually get player on control. Jota waiting at the B site, tosses some utility over in towards construction, and Bonus is waiting for that boost to come through while a boost of their own is materializing here towards the B site.
Bowden might actually peek with it as well if they find contact, right? BRN's looking for the fight. If 80 pops up, oh, it's a toughie. BRN's looking for exactly that play. What a read. Stacking the 3rd player on in. BRN just patient for it. Haven't seen nothing else anywhere on the map. And Exit's got this deep angle by Fountain, so they've got so much information. Gives them a lot of comfort. The sandbag might be overextension here, and indeed Swisher brings back that kill. Once you have the man advantage, it's always risky to try and go for more, but Jota wanted that extra edge, that extra step, and they'll pay the price.
Well, Jota's quieted down. That's good news for ATK, at least. I say quieted down. He's second with 8 frags, but compared to what he did on Ancient...
Yeah, he's not got 2 around.
Right, exactly.
By that standard, he is, yeah, very much quieted down.
He didn't have to hold that aggressive position, though. You're absolutely right. It would have been better just to play passively, especially once you had that man advantage. There's no reason to be on top of sandbags.
Well, hindsight is 2020. I wanted to keep the pressure up, but here's what's not 2020 is rear view vision. And this could be bad. Turtle shuts down 2 towards Monster. That drops the bomb as well. This flank's going to be able to control that completely. They won't be watching for it. There's no time. There's no time. They're even trying to back the op on out of here, and Exit is there to punish. Nothing doing for ATK. DJ, the lone wolf, he could at least try and crack his goose egg here because it has been bleak for him so far. Give him the fight, and it won't get better. He gets clocked.
After time. So no loss bonus going to come through for DJ. I mean, I think he'll be able to get dropped a gun or something, or he can go with the MAC-10, which is fine, but still... That's tough. ATK lose it. MIBR, the 4-man save, it doesn't look too bad now in terms of building up your economy. So there you go. You can question all you like, but at the end of the day, they come up with a round victory afterwards. They keep 4 up as well. So, yeah. Sometimes you look like a genius and other times you don't. But in that case, they look pretty darn intelligent for going for that save in the previous round.
Now... a little bit of an update since we do have a moment here.
Yes.
EG Black advance over Vendetta because Vendetta had a player oversleep and they didn't show up to their game. Nouns advance over Iron Blood 2-0. And then over on the Team 1 disconnected game, they're just starting their 3rd map.
Yep.
Second alarm updates about other games. NA and alarm clocks. Our oldest foes.
Jeez.
Fix your sleep schedule. Please.
Well, at least it wasn't to qualify for a major like someone else. Mr. Exceed.
We get one here. You just had to call him out, man. He's got enough streak for it.
I'm sorry.
Let him rest. ATK's not letting anyone rest here. They've got a sight. They've got a sight. Holding on to it's going to be tough, though. The flake's already developing. Jota working his way on up. And, yep, from range, he is a nightmare still. He's got two. There's Jota. There's the monster. And Fady knows. I mean, he has to take this fight. He has to take this duel. He has to clear it out just to get the bomb. Jota's rotated. Keeping him guessing always. And Fady... There's a player in bank. Does he realize it? He's actually giving him the slip. Oh, it's all mind games now. Trying to bait that peek. Trying to bait that response. Might just get blindsided by Jota, though. No way he would have expected that rotation. Brilliant maneuver from Jota. They could never expect that.
Well, Jota was held fragless for a few rounds, but you can only hold this man down for so long, and he gets a 3K. BRN opens up the fragging, of course, but it's Jota to cap it off with the last 3. Here we go. MIBR up to 7. ATK only 3, but they will have a full-on buy-up here. MIBR going for a bit of aggression here. That's BRN throwing a lot of utility right up the middle here towards Fountain, and now he's going to hold in connector. An opportunity to punish as he sees a Molotov bloom right at his feet. Then a nade sails through. He might peek around this corner in just a moment, but Exit's going to support with a nade first. There comes BRN potentially. No, he's going to just bide his time and wait for them to walk into his cross. Or not. There he goes. Makes the peek finally, and DJ takes him down.
That's DJ's second kill. Coming on through. If he wakes up, that would be a difference maker. Swisher and DJ. There we go. Second kill of the round for DJ. Lost Fady in the meantime, and now DJ's been silenced, but a man advantage still for ATK. Bodes well. Swish finds the timing. All on a Henny now. Goodbye, Swisher. Hello, going day. Oh, wait, no, they're actually just going to go towards B, assuming Henny rotates.
Which is a good assumption.
Good call. Good read. Let's get inside the mind of a Henny.
Oh, maybe not.
And he comes back. He didn't hear anything towards A. Figured they would have been running in response if they were going towards that site. He's absolutely correct on that front. But he is largely out of position here.
It's a really good incendiary to throw, and that pretty much denies the entirety of the site, forces a smoke out of Bowden, but it lets Henny reposition in towards Heaven.
Got to be expecting that possibility. There's also just no reason to fight, so Henny will have to drop now. He's been spotted and missed him. Puts him in the grave. A 4th round found for ATK. And the money's gone for MIBR. The money, where did it go, John?
I don't know. Disappeared.
Left the building.
Yeah. I think just ATK have done a good job of keeping the economy honest on the MIBR side, and, well, you're seeing the results of that here. At least going to be a couple of rifles bought up, but 2 MP9s and a 5.7 round at the buy for MIBR. This could get a lot closer very quickly, but we've seen some crazy rounds, in fact, on both sides here with limited buy-ups, and this is far from the most limited buy-up we've seen on either side. We'll see if MIBR can find a way to come up with an 8th and take this half. But Jota, oh my goodness, Jota continues to try and get into their faces. They are just going to be like ships in the night, and Turtle gets the 2K along with Jota dropping Bowden. The risk pays off as good as they possibly could, Mike.
Right into the jaws of the snapping turtle, man. Right into the jaws. The smoke fade. The trap is laid. Slam shot. All right. Gonna get himself one more. Great little flashbang play there for the deep control. Fady, what do you do here? What do you do? Economic damage, I suppose, is the name of the game, but actually not going to get hit by the first one. But Henny will not exactly let him get away scot-free. 8 rounds for MIBR. They are at a minimum winning this half.
Wow, that's just a perfect round. No one goes down. That minimal buy-up doesn't even matter. Like I mentioned, we saw some crazy ones, and in that case, you know, they took the risk and bump into each other in the smoke. There's just no reaction available for ATK because the smoke fade entirely favors MIBR. As mentioned as well, they get the free upgrades, 2 AKs picked up. They do still have an MP9, but full util. Everything's looking great for them, and they're only going up against pistols here because ATK has run out of money. BRN pushing into connector. He wants the early fight, and will tuck himself into the cubby for now. Missed him is just okay. He's just running up long A. No one's here at all to deny for MIBR. I think Exit will eventually make it here, so there's the footsteps, and there we go.
Yeah, gets that one. Which is the pistols. There's just no chance to have impact here. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. And not a bullet of damage going back the other way. DJ's Deeg. Here's the time for the DJ round. Come on. A Bowden Glock round, perhaps? Survey says not, but there's a Deeg shot and there's a gun found. All right, Bowden. The game is afoot.
He's got the bomb. Why not?
He's got 40 seconds as well, and no one's actually in position out towards long. Doesn't know it, but he's chosen quite well. Problem is he's wary, right? As he would be in this situation, and it's going to get him another kill. It's going to get him another kill. Need to grade in there.
There's no time.
He's got to save. Or die. What's his loss bonus at? 2,700 is what's in his hands.
I think he can justify a save here.
Yeah, I just think one more kill might be worth it. You just can't get clocked. You can't get clocked.
Didn't expose himself to a squeaky door, and there you go. So, gun will be saved on forward, though MIBR wins their 9th, and they're 1 away from hitting double digits here on Overpass, right after getting 13 on their ancient CP side. Nice shots from Bowden at the very least.
Would be nice to get him online. I mean, the individuals have been slow. Swisher's had some nice rounds.
Yeah.
Mistim's had some nice moments. The individual play has been really slow for ATK here on Overpass. Firepower has been lacking. So anyone they can get back online would be a nice one. Bowden has an op in this one. BRN very aggressively postured here at Fountain. Henny on the line. Comes to play around. Past BRN, but somehow he gives them the slip. Henny instead who finds impact and goodbye exit. I don't know how BRN got out of that position without either killing somebody or being killed.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But
My guy's Houdini.
Still, the damage done to ATK is quite significant, right? Bowden down to 15, missed him down to 36. They're going to have to be very careful with how they approach these next few seconds of play. Where do you go? MIBR lining up in the bathrooms here. At least one on the inside, one on the out. Henny looking to thread the needle if anyone comes through. It's a tough shot to hit. But he's one of the best oppers in ECL right now, and, well, doesn't need to thread needle. Gets one, swings around the corner. The second, there you have it. Round likely over.
Does seem to be 24 seconds, no control bomb, no access towards the site. Gonna be the save. Fisher gathers what he can, gets himself a kill, but goodbye Bowden Master. For the exchange, not so much, and at this point, he runs the risk of getting clocked. Can't be peeking. I'm actually gonna hunt that aggressively, so Swisher gets away with this. Still, last round. What does ATK have to show for this one? It's double digits already on the board for MIBR, and 11th would be that much sweeter.
MIBR outscoring ATK 26-7 over the last 2 maps. Oh boy. ATK certainly want to get a 5th here. 11-4 is okay on Overpass, but ATK have struggled. There's no question about it. I think there's that seed of doubt that's been sown into their mind, right, because of what happened on H and how dominant that was. But there you go. Missed him. We'll at least get the opener onto BRN. I think Henny's going to find the follow-up here. We'll see if the smoke fade favors Fady or not. Nope. Henny just flicks around and finds him.
I think an ankle stuck out.
Yep, exactly that.
Got a little toe spot, little toe shot. The hint of an ankle. You know, Fady was doing the can in that smoke. But it is still major pressure on for Henny. They haven't rotated anyone up to support him. If ATK just committing towards this hit, they might lose another one, but an exchange that gets them to site would be well worth it. They're going to see if Swisher can work here on this lurk. And MIBR are very ready for it, seeing as Swisher has consistently tried to find advantages here towards B. He's showing some face and now withdrawing. So it seems like they are going to commit in towards A. Here's going to be the exec. It's absolutely the right read. With smokes in towards bank, Henny might just withdraw. Vision's blocked. Tries to get the timing shot. Not going to have it. Oh, the second salvo looked like it might be close, but no. Bomb will be planted. A player working his way up connector right now. Mistim has to win this fight with Jota. That's what they need to make this a lot more comfortable. Jota's biding his time. They got all the time in the world.
I think he wants to wait for the hit on site.
Here it goes. Here's the motion. Are they being distracted? Mistim gets the first. It's actually Swisher to hold the flank. And they are good for it. The last round looks clean as ATK take us towards the half here, John.
Yeah, I mean, just a very clean take of the site and a better hold coming through from ATK. MIBR really did put on a show here again here in the first half of action. Jota, you saw him patiently waiting, managed to get that 2K and deal the damage he needed to, and eventually at least ATK come back for 5, but we'll see if it's enough after this break.
one more half to determine things between MIBR and ATK. A sizable lead for MIBR. 10-5 is not insurmountable. This is no Ancient. And now, double dualies up in Con. MIBR looking like they want to test this too. ATK got the read. See if they can get the execution. Wouldn't imagine this is where they would flash the corner. Here comes the play. There comes the delete. Fading did get one, but now they've overlooked Swisher entirely. He only gets one more, but missed him. Is able to drop that bomb and a player. Exit now needs to try and rally with Jota, but Jota's been given the B site for free. Exit's so wary that he might be getting flanked out, that he might have been overlooking a player. They're going to concede the bomb plant. So the connected play worked for sure. With the bomb now down, ATK are going to have to contend with a very deep angle from Jota here in Graffiti. That's going to be a tricky one. Exit's just been stuck on site. Frozen like a statue. There's the peak. There's the kill from DJ. And now they know they got Exit dead to rights. The double swing will come in. The dualies find one, but that's it. A bomb defuse on ATK with a very much needed pistol round.
Yeah, finally getting a pistol round. They were 0 for 3 over the last 3 pistol rounds, of course, on Overpass, and then 0 for 2 on Ancient, of course. But they finally pull it together here and managed to get that victory. And I mean, it took a lot of work, right? Trades back and forth, in particular that connector battle, very key to success. They got that man advantage. Even though MIBR managed to sneak onto the site and get the bomb plant, they do not suffer any further casualties after that point. So MIBR, with that bomb plant, you would expect that they'd buy up and get the rifles going, but no, they're going to play it a little more conservatively, perhaps thinking they can find some success here with the 3 Tech 9s and the 2 P250s on a quick B pop. We'll see. Here they come. 2 players charging right into Monster, and ATK are ready to greet them with a couple of players, but B is a little bit soft right now.
That it is. Players are backing towards water. They're further back. The bomb's going to start to make its way on over. There's lots of bodies here. These pistols will be explosive. Jota gets one. Here's the trades. The bombs drop further forward, though, and Swisher's here for the cleanup crew.
Yeah, great job by Swisher, and of course missed them coming in from T-spawn to ensure that MIBR would find nothing else. Well played. 7th round picked up.
Here's the rifles, though. Here's the big guns. It's the AK. So let's see if MIBR, rinse and repeat here with the rifles, might find a little bit more success. Or they're going with it early. Seems like a bit more of a default spread. Deep Molotov's in. Ooh, okay, Henny.
Ooh.
Gotta find himself some safe haven. He's down to 40 early on. That's Swisher's gonna take a ton of space here in playground. Henny gone? Is BRN gonna follow? Yes, he will. 2 players down immediately in control. The bomb now in doubt. ATK won't go further forward on this. A double man advantage, they're fine. You can have the bomb back. They'll sit. You got this deep control here outside of Fountain as well. This is brutal for MIBR. They're going to waste so much time just making sure they're not immediately getting flanked from A.
And the thing is, like I mentioned on Ancient, MIBR didn't really get tested on their T side because they walked onto it with a 13 to 2 or 12 to 3. I think it was 13 to 2. Either way, their lead was massive going on towards their T side, so they just managed to win pistol. After that, it was pretty much over. So here now, with only a 10 to 5 lead at the half, they're going to need to show some calling prowess, and that wasn't their forte on Inferno at all.
What's your favorite thing, John? A conservative T-side save.
Yay. I mean...
Look, I understand it from Jota's perspective. His name starts with a J, 4 letters. Yes. That other guy's name starts with a J, 4 letters. Other guy won a major. Do what he does.
That's the thing, and I was
sense.
about to say, like, once you see a team that does this win a major, it's only a matter of time before their playstyle works its way into the meta. That's just how it goes. And I mean, there is merit to it, given the current economy.
Yeah, it is also funny in that I feel like there's sort of been two warring factions within the minds of MIBR often in terms of aggression versus passive play, right?
Right.
You had players like Jota, like BRN now, like Cello, who are very aggressive. You had Turtle and Exit, who tend to sit a little bit more. Before was the balance, but now maybe we're leaning a little more towards the sitting back thing. Timely aggression, explosive aggression, but then making some conservative calls here. And I don't mind it. Might not be the most thrilling Counter-Strike all the time, but from a logical perspective, I don't mind it.
It's a very big shift from the way MIBR used to play, though.
Surely.
Right? Like, they used to just be in your face all the time, really pedal to the metal. Not much of this slow type of play on their T side. So, yeah, I guess Jota's trying to instill his own style or perhaps take a few pages out of James' book, right? But either way, we'll see if it pans out for them. Finally, we'll be moving into this one. Still having those 3 AKs. Tech 9 and a Mac 10 is going to round up the buy, and Jota is peering around the edge of the smoke, looking if he can find something, as he's lurking towards that B site.
It's going to be pressure on A early on. Swisher set up to receive it. Potentially. 4 players moving on through. It could be Jota instead as first contact. He's dueling with Fady. And Louis Fade's not going to be able to hold on to that one. Swisher, good damage, but no kills. Look at the damage. And now, BRN eliminated out towards long. This is going to be an easy crunch in. Make it very tough around here to actually get the bomb planted down. And now they're losing the numbers. Players have been spotted out. Exit's all alone. And flanked out, he will be dropped. 4 players survive for ATK, and there's only a 1-round gap at this point, John.
Yeah, wow. ATK really pulled this one back. 4 unanswered round victories to kick off this second half. And MIBR, their money's not that great. They could opt for a force buy, but the more likely decision is, of course, what you're going to see. It's going to repeat this. Pistols only, 3 Tech 9s, maybe a fourth. No, 3 Tech 9s, a PT-50, and a Deagle. Again, they could posture for a quick B hit, but since they already tried it before, I think they're going to mix things up a little bit. And, you see them going in towards Connector. Nade's going to get tossed forward. Swisher with the Molotov. It's a good one, but it won't stop MIBR from jumping around it, even though he tosses the nade afterwards. And man, Turtle just barely surviving here. 20 HP. Lucky that he wasn't more in the direct line of fire of that HE. Henny, gonna take a shot away. MIBR not off to the greatest start here on their pistol buy-up.
Not ideal. Not ideal. Not expecting too much from it. I got 2 more smokes. I mean, a bomb plant would be kind of a miracle, right? And
yeah,
beyond that, Christmas Day. Spot. Swisher's mostly trying to not get overwhelmed by the pistols here, so there's the withdrawal. Flashbangs to set him up for it. Smoke to go down. "50 seconds hits the clock. Well, MIBR will wait this smoke, but they're going to send their salvo and they're going to commit before too long. 1 smoke to throw a fake. Whole players here. That baits out the Molotovs at the very least, but quickly ATK are going to realize, no, this ain't it. It's it. There's the spot. There's the shot. Bowden takes 2. Flashbang, well, 2 effects. But clean-up crew here, and Swisher and Bowden are more than up to the task.
All 5 surviving again here for ATK, and that's really blossomed their economy. Bowden at 10K, missed him along with Fady, close to it. Actually, more so Fady, close to it at 8.3K. And yeah, ATK.
Reminiscent of what MIBR did to them.
Exactly, I was going to say.
Revenge. Sweet dish. Best served cold. No? Let's see. And he's got the ult. Got the guns. Got a fair chunk of utility as well. MIBR's best gun round of the half. Commences. Swisher chains up his positioning. He's playing out towards long now instead. No presence in connector, really, but control outside and towards construction from Fady. So this is a very different look from ATK. Swisher's going to get contact. Looks like Henny wants to go looking, or is at least thinking about it.
Yeah.
But no, they'll clear bathrooms instead.
Feels like a lean towards the A site right now for MIBR with the way that Molotov was thrown into connector. And yeah, indeed, they're going to go into the short bathrooms. 2 players likely
going for the flank now.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Oh, he's going to find contact. Got to be looking the right way at the right time. He's not going to be. Jota's caught him. That's a big fight. Now pressure on towards the A site. The attempted response from Fady is shut down as well. MIBR, this round's on for them. Missed him. And Bowden. There's a Molotov on missed him, but there's not an obvious choke for it. They could use it out towards long. Bowden's been lost. That Mol needs to go down now if it's going to do anything. And he'll hold on to it. DJ trying to get into the action, but I mean, you've even got Jota all the way back on the periphery here.
Oh.
1 kill found. Economic damage isn't the worst thing in the world, but Henny will prevent any more bleeding.
I was going to say missing position is actually pretty interesting, but then he got clocked. So DJ gets 1, but he's immediately traded. Just too much manpower to deal with on the MIBR side. And a great start for them. Finally, Jota and Turtle open things up. Then Henny finds Bowden after Bowden goes down. I mean, pretty much a write-off for ATK. 11th round picked up from MIBR. Their first round of this second half has finally been found. Maybe that's enough to get the ball rolling on their side and get back to the winning ways, of course. But ATK building up so much bank will at least have 1 comfortable buy up here, probably a second if they lose this next round. But we'll have to wait and see as Bowden's gained all this ground towards long A with the AWP in his hands, and he is going to hold it. Wait for someone to come up from playground.
It's a bold position. Bailing out of it's going to be tough if he gets caught.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the contact. This is what he was hoping for. They got to be careful not to line up for him. Ooh, flashbang on. Timing shot. Bowden. Gotta reset. They don't punish. They don't punish. He gets away. All the way away. All right. So no kills, no impact. Space taken for MIBR. But Bowden lives in a very precarious position.
Yeah, I mean, I like the decision from MIBR not to over-peak, right, in that situation. Say, hold on, let's line up a flashbang and make sure we're not going out dry here, and that was the right decision.
It's the counterpunch towards B. They're trying to roll back in, but they haven't shifted the setup for ATK. As I say that, actually, at the worst time, Mistim starts to float. Now he's been drawn back in. So this is going to be the hit with 3 bodies on the site. First kill goes the way of ATK. Flashbang effective, though. Takes out Fady. Good trade. His positioning, DJ's in a really tough spot. He's lost his teammate. He needs to deliver. He does exactly that.
Wow.
2 big kills to make an even situation. Now Swisher drops the bomb. There's just not a lot of time now. Exit. He has to force this down. He knows that. He knows they're going to be coming. And Bowden Master will deliver the round. ATK with an immediate rally.
Look, DJ hasn't had the best of performances here throughout this series, and I think he'll be the first one to admit it, but wow, was that an important time for him to get some impact frags to come through, even out the numbers, keep ATK in it, and then not only that, they take the round and isolate the round victory for MIBR. What a play. Timeout going to be called here. Not sure who is the one calling that, but MIBR should still have enough money to buy up into this one. They absolutely do. And the same for ATK, of course, after winning that round, will be able to reinforce what they already had.
Exactly give them what they were hoping for, and BRN catches himself a big old nade, but also a big old kill. Goodbye, Swisher. Hello, opening frag for MIBR.
That's the second time Swisher's got caught out being over-aggressive towards long A. The previous time, maybe not as much, right, because they pinched in towards him, but this time, all the way in playground, immediately gets taken down, and now 5v4 DJ's isolated. Great flashbang thrown by Henny. Mistim does get a response here, but it's still a man advantage for MIBR. Mistim has to do work, and he can't. Exit drops him. 4v2. They might pull the plug here.
Might do. Might do. Money's not looking grand. Maybe thinking about it. But I think if they're not given a freebie, I mean, they got to get the heck out of Dodge, and they know it. They know it. So they're gone. This A1S should enable them to buy in the next. Between Swisher's money and Bowden's money, they'll be able to make something happen here. But this is a punishing type of situation for a CT side. This exchange of rounds, right? The tug of war, back and forth, really just weighed down an economy. And Turtle. Oh, Turtle. Turtle could be here. He is. Finds one. Can he take away Bowden's ult? That would be massive, and he can indeed. No gun save.
Oh,
no
goodness.
Money for you. The worst of both worlds.
And he grabs the op off the ground and drops it to Henny. Oh, goodness. I mean, look, ATK needed to save those two rifles, given the economic situation. You already mentioned it, Mike. Back and forth type of play like this, rounds being exchanged on both sides, is always worse for the CT economy. And you see here, timeout going to be called. If they saved those two rifles, they would have had a buy, no problem. Now they have to say, okay, do we justify a force buy? I mean, we can get a couple of A1Ss, maybe some MP9s in the mix as well, or from Os's. But I think it's tough because things have been so back and forth, and ATK had such a very strong start to this half, winning 5 in a row. But now the way things have gone here, it might be better just to go for a half buy and hope that things can turn your way. Not even, wow. This is not even a half buy. It's pretty much a full-on save, aside from a P250 and 2 flashbangs purchased.
I don't mind it, right? You're getting into a situation where every dollar is going to be trying to get some momentum back on the CT side. Also, they keep doing this with pistols. Can't let them do this with pistols. Turtle not going to let them, but he runs out of bullets. A1S don't have that many bullets. So now, 2 guns. 2 guns. And that is a pretty good find for ATK, considering the lack of investment.
Just save the 2 guns. It makes up for the fact they didn't save the other 2 guns in the previous round, right?
Yeah.
Bring those forward, and then your economy's back where it would have been.
Well, presumably,
sort of.
Save those 2 guns, you would have invested here. It's not a perfect metaphor, but I get what you're going for here, John.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. It does make it easier. I mean, DJ's still on 1450, right? You're just pulling in the 1900 does make it a lot easier.
Oh, no, never mind.
That was very unnecessary.
You don't have to go back to the bomb sites at all. Just stay near T-spawn or playground, and yeah, that's a gun thrown away.
Bowden's been in NA for too long. He's doing the NA saves, man. The Swedes have been infected.
Turtle did actually a fantastic job here, given the circumstances. He was by his lonesome, had to hit these frags, and under that type of pressure, sometimes you can falter, but Turtle does what he has to ensure that MIBR will take that 13th 2-round lead now. Looking to make it 3, but ATK will strike back, as mentioned, with the full-on buy-up. Now it's going to be 2 A4s, 2 A1Ss. The AWP Bowden's going for that quick play towards Fountain, but after not finding anything, says, you know what, I've been here long enough. Let's back off, play more passively. Turtle, okay, got dinked through the door and only took 5 damage. Must have been through the panels as well. 3 panel spam connecting.
Were you casting with me the other day when I saw a 1 damage or 2 damage dink?
I was not, no.
I don't remember who I was with, but it was like a Glock through... No, it was 5-7 through like 3 different layers of paneling. And it did 2 damage, I think. Jota just walks through Monster Tunnel. DJ was not expecting that. Playing anti-flash, he gets deleted. His teammate had utility out, so DJ was just left completely vulnerable. That is not something you expect to come through.
No, not at all. I mean, Jota just literally walked through, I think, after the smoke faded and got an easy frag. Now ATK have reinforced it with a couple of players. One of them dedicated to watching sandbags. The other one quite lit. That's Fady. He's going to throw a smoke here. That will keep him alive for now. Looking for a nade. BRN has one. So he could toss that forward and take down Fady.
They're just going to wait the fade and then go.
Yeah.
Here's a flashbang. They're going over. Goodbye, Fady. Molotov in. Time's an issue now. They have the numbers, but time is a serious issue.
They have to go quickly.
Swisher's got to be careful. They're going to try and rotate off. He's got to kill. Realizes another player here, though, but they just don't have the time. They just don't have the time. They need the kill. They need the kill. They need Bowden. Oh, they've lost it on the clock. They have to kill Bowden.
No!
They've done it. Exit. 1 second to spare. His vision clears, and he finds the frag.
I mean, it was well played by MIBR in every way except for the clock. And 15 seconds left, they're panicking, and oftentimes, you know, when you're in that type of situation, it doesn't matter what the CPs have, they're able to shut you down, but Exit, so clutch. Not only does he get that last one, but the one before it on the entry into the site. So great work from him, 1 second to spare, and it would have all been over. But Exit delivers. 14-11. ATK are now in an extremely tough spot. 14 rounds picked up, as mentioned by MIBR. Money is in the tank, so you decide, I mean, there's no choice. I think you go for a save here. That's so tough.
That is tough. That is really tough. 1 second. The margin for error. They nearly pulled it off at ATK. Instead, they're playing for overtime. In a series that looked to be in their favor so many different times. Now anything but. Gonna go for a cheeky triple boost. I think. Where's the triple? Come on.
Are they waiting for the right opportunity for the triple boost?
What is the deal here?
They're just waiting, I think. Yeah.
Both hopping. Hop, skip, and a jump.
It's going to be a boost eventually.
I mean, if this gets more than 1 kill, I'll be flabbergasted. John, MIBR. Let's talk about it, though. What a rally. What an absolute rally. And this map as well, it's Turtle who's shining. It's Exit who's shining. It's the players who were not used to being the firepower bastions who are having dang good games.
Absolutely, and I mean, if you look across the scoreboard, what separates top from bottom is not exactly much. I mean, sure, Turtle at 22, but everyone else is contributing here. Only one player below a KDR of 1, that's BRN, but he's still been effective when he's had to be. Jota and Henny gonna get 2, and it's over. Turtle gets the last frags of the round, and it's 15-11 for MIBR. They have 4 opportunities to close this series out and keep on going here in the upper bracket, sending ATK to the lower bracket.
What would they have a date with?
I think it would be Team 1 or disconnected, whoever wins that series.
That is true. So that series is still going. 12-7 in the last map. Team 1 at an advantage. Determine our matchups here. You know, our other lower bracket matchup is Vendetta and Iron Blood. And hopefully, Vendetta will show up to that one.
Ooh, what a name.
That is a chunky series of utility BRN low. Right off the rip, but no kill found just yet. And that's unconfirmed damage, presumably. It's going to be Exit. First potential contact here. Not often the player we're looking to open things up. He's the closer. He's doing it. And Swisher will get the better of him this time around. So an isolated fight, an isolated duel, an isolated loss here for MIBR. And if they lose one more player, I bet they save.
You think so? This much money?
Oh, they tried to trade. They had the player in position. Ah, they're going to go for it. The economic damage is more valuable, but it's really not working out in this one. This is just a situation of losing too many pieces early. Like a huge round for ATK, and Henny stuck in the corner. It's not getting away with this one. Unless... What a shot!
Yeah.
ATK cannot afford to lose bodies here. They need to keep 3 alive. They need to keep these guns up. They've got control of the bomb. They do not need to hunt Henny.
Yeah, just don't fight at all, because there's plenty of money on the MIBR side. This frag means nothing if you find it for ATK, and everything if Henny finds them. I don't know why Swisher's even postured in this direction.
Well,
oh,
it's a
okay, he's
freebie if he
okay.
comes up the ladder.
This is
Yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Woo!
that's not fun.
Don't peek! Don't peek!
You
Run
see?
for your life! Want this kill? They're gonna get
Wow,
it. All right,
that
they
is so
thought taking the off
unnecessary.
out of his hands was worth the risk.
That's really unnecessary to pursue it that heavily, like you mentioned. All right.
We'll see. We'll see if they ever break the economy of MIBR here. 3 more rounds with which to do it. Problem is, I mean, Henny after that had 12K, something like that.
Yeah, he's got plenty of cash, so he'll be able to buy up no problem. That shot too, the tracking, once he saw him, you know, through the wall, pretty much basically realizing, guessing where he would be after his initial contact was fantastic for him. Turtle gonna toss a Molotov right into connector and then back off immediately and join his comrades as they venture outwards towards the playground. DJ, re-smoking monster, and both teams taking a very slow approach to the opening moments of round number 28. ATK, of course, backs against the wall. They cannot lose another one.
No, look at this space that's being taken outside of connector.
Mm-hmm.
What? They're not being gained. It's all being given up for free. I mean, they've got a path laid out to them towards the site. Swisher will be their first contact if they continue along this trajectory. One's like, come on, swing me. Swing me. And he misses. Misses the opportunity. Swisher on top of the dice. That flashbang's brutal. Good by Bowden. This is looking disastrous now. Bowden clinging to life, but he's chased down. Gunned down. Fady with 1. And he may be caught out here on the flank. He's under pressure. 15 bullets being hit from both sides. They will eventually get that kill, and that leaves them with a 3-on-3 here on the retake. In, that's a huge kill for DJ. A massive one to find, and out all on the exit. This would be a massive clutch, and they're already going to get on the defense. There's nothing he can do. It's not planted for him. He repositioned off of this, and that's going to be around for ATK.
I cursed it, Mike. I thought it was over after MIBR found those frags onto the A site. But no, ATK fighting back, clawing their way back into the round. Somehow, some way, they make it happen. 13th round is going to be secured, and they still have a chance here. The thing is, it's another full-on buy-up for MIBR, right? They're not going to be struggling economically unless they lose this round. Even if they do, $2,400 loss bonus gives them a decent buy-up. So it's going to be ATK tested right up until potentially over. Swisher waiting in connector. A4 in hand. Henny along with Turtle. Thinking about pushing up soon here. Obviously things getting quite precarious for them. 2 opportunities at closing this one out have already been squandered. Don't want to make it 3. Aware of the possibility Swisher could be here, and that Molotov's going to force him way out of here. Oh my goodness, the health is down to 21, but the first frag has been found by Bowden towards Long A. BRN's been dropped.
And Swisher gets away. He gets away with his life at the very least. ATK continue to try and drag this game back into contention. Space will be afforded over to MIBR out towards long. A space that they will graciously accept. Swisher with the op. Bogdan's Law in full effect. Bowden plays a tight angle by Divider instead. And he's the one who's likely to find contact here. Timing on that nade. I mean, that's nice. Good chip damage here. Soften the players up for Bowden. And he's hearing a lot of information. Timing going to be there. Catches 1. Only 1. Swisher burning. Alive. Somehow, some way. Stays up. And they're up on the flank. They don't have time. They have to commit to this system, trying to force the player off of truck, but it's all going to be on exit. This one, an even more daunting clutch. And there's the swing on through. The flashbang is perfect. ATK, bring us within 1.
Unbelievable. They continue to hang in there. 4 players survive. No problem at all in terms of the buy-up into this run, so it's going to be a brawl till the very end because that bomb plant also reinforces the economy of MIBR. Exit can drop an AK or an op or whatever he should choose. It's ends up going to be an op for Henny. And who knows what this one has in store for us as we head to round number 30. Is it overtime for a second time tonight? Or can MIBR close this one out in regulation and seal the deal in the upper bracket? Jota loves to peer around this smoke in the early round. Hasn't really found anything off of it.
Fady is the key piece here. The initial contact, but they're actually backing away. So never mind. Fady's going to be left with his control, with his map space. There's a lot of it. Swisher instead in towards the connector, who might be first contact. He will be. Dodges the first shot. Molotov chase him on down. I don't know if they quite realize it, but it does mean that Bowden is very isolated. It's just a matter of time. Missum's going to start to rotate up. Knows that he needs to reinforce his offer, give him someone to play off of. So he'll do exactly that. Meanwhile, Swisher says, Molotov's gone. See if I can get rid of this one. Good flashbang timing. Kill, not quite there, and caught on the chase. Swisher tempted in just a bit too much.
Look at the clock again, Mike.
25 seconds. You're right. You're absolutely right. They're trying to rotate the bomb down through connector. This could be everything. This could be everything. Fady could end this round. And he's got the first. That's the bomb. Now it's dropped into his grasp. 15 seconds. They have to clear him. Even with that, is there enough time? DJ takes them out. 10 seconds. We're going to overtime, John. It's just a matter of seconds. It's all over. We're going to OT. We're getting more rounds here once again.
Honestly, yeah, the clock management is terrible here, Mike, for MIBR throughout this T-side, especially in the latter part of it. I don't know what was going on, but it continued to wait and wait and wait until there was really no time left to maneuver, and eventually it caught up to them, and that's where we're heading to overtime as we head to our break.
Overtime! More rounds are what we need to determine which one of these teams is moving on, and it makes sense. These are two premier squads in the Challenger League, and they're going the distance. We've now had overtime in 2 of their games. A blowout in 1. John, we won't talk about that one. We'll just talk about the OTs.
Yeah, it's so weird that Ancient is just in there. Yeah, 16-3. And then there's a 19-15. And here, well, again, we're going to need overtime to decide what the score will be. All right. 5v4 early on in favor of ATK, who have really turned it up on their CT side in the latter part. But as I mentioned, the clock management, what on earth is going on there on their T sides? They need to get a move on faster. They give themselves the edge, but then they work themselves into a corner in terms of the clock.
I've seen it a few times here. Patience can quickly turn into panic. Exit trying a very solo play. Maybe just trying to distract a bit, I would say, except that the bomb's so far back at this point. BRN. We've got a boost up. That will yield results. DJ exposed to it. And no one watching. Swisher's going to get activated. Full contact and a kill. Able to get away. So man advantage resumed. Fake interrupted here by construction. Ryan is stuck in. He'll be able to bail. I don't know how you read this information. You haven't really spotted the bomb just yet. Swisher's managed to withdraw. He'll hold the timing and even hits the dink, but he can't get the kill. Now with a deep Molotov that they'll have to test, they'll have to lose some life, tribute it towards those flames to be in position, because once again, 12 seconds here. MIBR are running out of time. The clock might be their foe. It's going to be planted towards Optimus. But they've killed everybody. It's just on to missed him. He knows where they are. Can he do anything about it? Yes, he can indeed. Up is low for 1. BRN is just 1 bullet away from death, and Mistham's done it! The 1v3 rally from the captain here to take the first round of overtime.
Oh, missed him. There we go. That's a good time to get back into the action for him. Slow on Ancient in pretty much every way possible. Then he's more impactful on Overpass, but that is the most we've seen of him here on this map, and it couldn't come at a better time. A 1v3 clutch. Hold off, and yes, some of the players were low on MIBR, but they were all clumped together. They could have easily traded them out at any time, but missed them. Shots were picture perfect. And even MIBR just getting that bomb plant was tough enough. It was just a razor thin margin, whether they would get on the site and find the plant or get taken out even before that happens. Catastrophic round loss there for the Brazilian squad, and now ATK are in the lead again after being down again 15-11 in regulation. This is their 5th round victory in a row. What a clutch.
What a clutch. What a massive clutch for Mistum. What a time to step up. MIBR maybe feeling a little bit of that panic setting in, and Turtle doesn't have the luxury of feeling panic. Oh, he takes the space. Risking the Molotov going forward, nearly getting caught from the flick. Does he even realize where Jota is? But somehow none of Jota's bullets connected. I
don't know how they didn't connect.
Now Bowden knows he's pressured, right? I mean, pick your poison. It's going to come from one of the sides. The drop down comes in. BRN. At least there's damage there for Bowden. Panic here. And somehow MIBR are keeping it level. That's the bomb, though. That's the bomb now dropped. A man advantage, and Swisher working his way all the way into spawn. Exit's going to be a tough spot, presumably. The flip side of this coin is that Jota's in heaven. How do you even read the positioning in this round? I don't know. Jota reads it for a kill on Mistum. Swisher's cleared out connector. At this point, realizing he chose slightly incorrectly and wishing he could have gone back towards spawn. There's still 40 seconds, and there's still firm control of the C4. Jota and Eggs are going to need to try and work their way through the sewer tunnel. Here they go. On they go. Great flashbang. Excellent kills. What a recovery from MIBR.
Yeah, self-flash there from Jota, and it works out so very well. Tied up 16-16. Looked like things were slipping away for a moment there from MIBR, but the recovery was excellent. It's all down to Jota, really. Sneaking his way around to heaven. Really no way they could have predicted that his positioning would be in that direction. Mistum goes down, then Jota follows up with a second. So, back and forth. Here we go into the I'm completely rattled at this point, but here we go into the third round of the first overtime here. Round number 33 overall, Mike.
Yes, indeed. Who will take the advantage forward? It's not going to be Fady. Jota. Oh, Jota. That's disgusting. Unreasonable. The patience, the calm, the absolute brilliance of that play. Missim's going to try to get back. He's under so much pressure. The flashbang for himself sets him up.
What?
He might get more. They're not able to bring him down. Finally. They drop the captain. But look at this flank. Look at Swisher. Look at his positioning. Oh, they do! BRN gets off the bomb and turns! Realizing just in the nick of time, I don't know whether Turtle spotted a hint of an ankle what just happened there, but it's going to be an advantage for MIBR as we head into the second half of OT.
Oh, goodness. I mean, for a moment, I was like, wow, that's a fantastic play from Jota. You cannot let it go to waste. And then, missed him, gets a 2K and almost pulls it back. But thankfully, at least for MIBR, they are able to settle things down immediately. BRN doing work, Henny as well. And there you have it. A lead for MIBR heading into the second half of this first overtime. For a moment, Mike, once ATK got that first one, and then the great strong start to the second round, I thought we were going to just get another ATK blowout in overtime. But thankfully, for MIBR, they did manage to make a fight of it. And more than that, they got that lead.
Honestly, can't imagine what the players are feeling at this point.
Yeah.
Everything on the line here. This is not for elimination. There is a lower bracket. It's double elim now.
You know,
for a long time, but God, this feels like it could be a grand final right now.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, it feels like it could be an elimination match, like in a lower bracket final, like 4 days from now, right? But it's not. It's just the first round of playoffs here in ECL North America. We are looking for another series point here. Henny peeks out of connector, misses the shot, but at least gets some information for his squad. I do believe he spotted out DJ. And now Swisher has slipped into destruction. Trying to pull off perhaps what Jota did in that previous round, but not to be. Positioning for MIBR is a little bit stronger. And there's nothing Swisher can do without support here.
They're going to gain control outside of bathrooms, though. Start to apply pressure on towards A. This is what we saw from ATK in regulation, right? Leaving Swisher as a bit of a lurk over towards B, taking that space, then shifting Swisher whichever way they actually do intend to lean. Oh, and there's a nice opener. That's a nice opener. Boost up for Bowden. Just over the lip of the divider. Catches himself one. It'll be traded back, but can they keep BRN contained here? Now he knows pressure's coming his way, but BRN so good for it. 2 big kills and a headshot onto Swisher. Numbers are even. The health is anything but. Where Swisher is concerned. Bomb down. Playing it safe on the truck. Bomb has been planted. Optimal play perhaps on Optimus.
Oh, Nixon, if he just throws that nade.
Could have been what he could have found.
Yeah, still can.
Still certainly can. 3 players making their way on in. Making their way downtown. Walking around. And the Swisher connects a shot. He's looking for more. He's getting more. It's all into the 1v1 now. Turtle and missed him. Dueling off either side of the dice box. Time. Not Turtle's friend. Once again, too slow into this and missed him. Waits him out. 17 all.
Wow, down to the wire, but ATK ensure that MIBR is held off of series point, at least for now. BRN, look at this work that he did. 2 frags in bathrooms, but then ATK managed to make their way out to the A site. Exit, hangs onto I can't speak, Mike. It's getting late, but hangs onto that nade. And
got this,
honestly, he should have just thrown it because it would have been better to have a Hail Mary and at least a chance at getting a frag on a very banged up Swisher instead of just going down to the ground without having thrown it at all. Anyway.
John, don't worry. There's only about 18 more rounds
Oh God, I don't know if I'll make it that far, Mike.
in this game. I believe it's about resilience here. It's about BRN making things look good. He's lost his site partner though. John. And so is BRN trying to drop smoke to give himself cover. Fady was not interested in that. Turtle's not interested in Swisher knocking on his door. Turtle is having a game, man. 28 and 22. He's up above Jota at this point. Quite the game indeed. Speaking of exit, instead, actually it's Jota who comes in on the flank. That's going to be the impact. Now they're surrounded. They're caught in a triangle of doom. They need to get one of these kills. They've got time. They've got 55 seconds, but they have to kill somebody if they're going to have a chance at this bomb plant.
They just keep getting chipped away at, though.
Bit by bit, bullet by bullet, and that's going to be 30 kills on the board for Turtle, the first to reach it from either side.
Wow. Yeah, Turtle has been something else, but we can't talk about Turtle without also mentioning BRN and Jota. I know you have been, Mike, but they have also been so impactful. Only 5 frags separate Turtle from BRN and 3 from Jota, so all 3 of them have been so very good. And Exit, consistent, right? He's been good from beginning to end here throughout all 3 maps, so you have to give him props for that. Here comes a Yertle Turtle boost from ATK once more. They want to try and get that frag over towards heaven, but it just is not in the cards this time, so they're gonna have to fall off of it. You do give up a lot of space by going for that. It's a risk, but ATK decide that it's worth it, and in the end, it's not too shabby. Still in a good position to take something here. They're going to have to be careful coming out in towards construction. There's Jota waiting here, and they do take him down. Are they aware of Exit? Yes, they are, but it doesn't matter. Exit is going to be able to take down Swisher, even though Swisher does 92 HP of damage to Exit.
But look at how isolated Henny is towards A. So isolated. They're making the right read here. What's going to be interesting is BRN's developing this flank. He hears this. He hears everything. And so look at the rotation that's coming on in. MIBR is fully committing to this A defense, and now BRN's position is going to be so vital. He's gained the information. He's already won that aspect of this war. But now the flank could be the death blow. Could be the death warrant signed. Could be the end of this map right now. It's all in BRN's hands. It's just a little bit too late to strike first. Now the hit's coming through. His teammates are still in position, and there's the activation. The sleeper agent of BRN, the flank. They're doomed. It's all on him. There's nothing he can do. MIBR move on in the upper bracket. ATK, such a good effort, but not quite enough to close it out here on Overpass. They will be moving on down towards the lower. What a series here, John.
Oh my goodness, I honestly thought Mistim would have a chance at clutching that again. He did it before in a 1v3, but not to be, as you mentioned, ATK going to the lower bracket as we head to a very quick break.